I'd like to talk with you today about a different approach to sprang. This is called circular warp. In the past, we've talked about flat warp. The setup gives you a figure of 8. Work at the top of the frame gives you mirror image cloth at the bottom of the frame. I want to tell you about a different setup. The thread starts here at the upper right corner of the frame, and it goes around and around the outside of the frame. Let me turn so you can see the threads go completely around the outside of the frame, around and around. The warp starts here, it goes around and around, and it ends over here. I maintain order by creating a cross around 2 sticks. I lay in a cross as they pass around the front of the frame only. Here you see the cross at the front of the frame. I will tie the beginning of the warp to the end of the warp. And then work begins just below the cross. On the initial row, I cross threads in pairs, pick up, put down, crossing threads with their immediate neighbor. And at the end of the row, I've got 1 row of cloth, and I push that mirror image row down, and I insert a stick to keep track of it. It's going to sit here at the bottom of the frame, and it's going to wait for a minute. You'll see what happens eventually. To prevent that stick from falling out, I'm going to put another stick there and clip them together with these little spring clips, so nothing bad happens to this mirror image row while it waits. The second row is an offset row, a plate or braiding row. I pick up 2 threads and put 1 down. Then pick up, put down, all the way across. The threads have new partners on this row. At the end of this row, I'm going to put in another stick and put that second stick down here at the bottom. I can clip that second stick to the first stick, and I can remove that empty stick here. Keep these 2 secured at the bottom of the frame. All right, that's 2 rows at the top and 2 mirror image rows. I'm going to work a 3rd row. We're returning to original partners here. Pick up, put down, all the way across the row. And at the end of the row, we have 3 rows of cloth worked, and I'm going to put a stick in the mirror image 3rd row here at the bottom of the frame. I've got 3 rows of cloth here and 3 rows of mirror image cloth near the bottom of the frame. The next thing is to move these mirror image rows. I'm going to take them down and around and back up to the top of the frame just above the cross where I worked the first row. Before I do that, let me put in something here, a pair of sticks at the bottom edge of the cloth. This pair of sticks is going to sit here and keep that piece of cloth safe, so nothing will happen while I'm playing with these other sticks. I now remove the clip here from the stick in the mirror image row. I'm releasing the stick at the bottom, the stick that I put in after the first row, and I'm going to move it around to the place just above the cross. Move it down and around up the back side of the frame, and I take it up over the top of the frame, and now it comes to rest just above the cross. I do the same thing with the stick in row 2. I take row 2 mirror image down behind the frame. You can see it comes up the back side of the frame, up, going to come over the top of the frame, and it sits there at the top of the frame as well. And now the 3rd stick, the stick in the 3rd space here, the follow-up row, the overplate row, I take it around and back up over the top of the frame. So now this is what we've got. So you can better see what's going on. I'm going to untie this beginning and ending thread here, the knot holding the start and the end of the warp. And I'm going to remove the sticks from the first cross. These are the sticks that were in that initial cross. I'm going to start by removing the lowest stick first. I take this stick out, and then I take the other cross stick out. And you're thinking it's going to cancel out the cloth below? No, it doesn't. This is the stick from that initial row. You see, it doesn't cancel out. The stick from the 2nd row, the plate row or braiding row, and the cloth is building up on this side of the starting line. And here's the 3rd stick, the 3rd row of cloth, and you can see we've got 6 rows of cloth here. Stitches in the cloth at the bottom lean this way, and at the top of the cloth they lean this way, but we've got 6 rows of cloth for the 3 rows we worked. The circular warp technique has cloth building up on both sides of that initial cross, growing downwards and also up over the top of the frame, and the two pieces of cloth will eventually meet here at the back of the frame. Circular warp sprang allows you to make a piece that's in a complete circuit. Here you see the chain line where the two ends came together, and the starting is rather innocuous. If you look carefully, you can see the two different leans of stitches on either side of this starting line, right at the middle of the cloth. A longer warp, cut apart when the two sides came together, is the secret behind the making of this shawl. For more information on circular warp sprang, visit spranglady.com.